What's up, everybody? Ty Bartel in with another edition of Player Profile as we are back into the Edgewood Warrior community with their girls golf team. As Zoe Naus is the next to join me. Zoe, class of 2026 and a recent medalist, right, at the Carl Pearson and Star Beacon event. How was that, first and foremost? Talk about that a little bit. Let's get into that.
For the Carl Pearson this year for me, I felt like a lot of pressure because we had won the last 3 years, and I wanted to kind of keep that reputation for the team and like get our name on the trophy 4 years in a row. And I just decided to go out there, have fun, just kind of let loose a little bit because, it's senior year, just got to have fun, make the most of it. But I went out and I played a really good round. I struggled a little bit on a couple holes, but I brought it back together in the end, and I ended up winning medalist.
A 38, if I'm not mistaken, correct? I mean, and I couldn't even sniff a 38 on the golf course. So I mean, like that's just I look at that like wow. What do you think clicked in that medalist 38? Do you think it was the tempo, the targets, the trust, a little bit of everything?
I definitely think that I was like out there with my team, or not with my team, but I knew like everyone was out there just having a good time. Every time I saw one of the other teammates, they were just kind of hyping everybody up, having a good time. Everyone was having fun. All my shots were just kind of working that day, so everything just kind of clicked at once, and it was just a really good day for me, like play wise.
I asked Annie this too. For those good days for you, does it involve you kind of like locking in, like, all right, I'm in the zone, don't really talk to me? Or for you, is it more having fun and laughing and being loose?
It honestly depends on the day because when I get too focused, I kind of get more in my head and like start to mess up a little bit more because I'm thinking too much about it. But like I do have to like kind of like have a mixture of both. Like I have to have fun, but at the same time like be super focused.
For you and being a senior, I mean, you've had experiences being out there on the course. Compare a 9-hole event versus an 18-hole event. What kind of changes tactically for you and strategically?
Um, for one, I bring a lot more water because gotta stay hydrated. Um, I tend to like on the way there kind of keep to myself a little bit more and like listen to my music on my own and like take more time to like really stay focused and like get my mental game straight because 18 versus 9 it's a huge like mental game with like 9 it's like okay it's not that bad it's like 2 hours maybe 18 you can be on the course for anywhere from like 4 to like 6 hours and it's just like it's hot. You have to like stay prepared for like any weather conditions and like anything that it could throw at you.
For you, if you're ready to tee up and there's starting to be a little bit of nerves for any given hole, what is your blueprint to kind of dealing with it and getting through it?
I take a deep breath, kind of back up, look at my shot, and like kind of like visualize what I feel like I have to do. And then I just try and replicate what I envisioned.
What do you think's a drill that's kind of helped shape and change your game?
Honestly, like repetition. Like I met up with a private swing coach and they kind of tweaked my swing a little bit and then the only thing to really go from there is like you can get the help, but if you're not practicing, it won't matter. If you know like what to do but you're not making any effort to change it, it's just not going to do anything.
For you, when you're between clubs, what kind of decides it? The wind? Is it the confidence in the club? What's kind of your decision making process through
When
that?
when I'm kind of like have that yardage where it's like I could hit this and muscle it up or I could hit this and take some off, I'm always going to club up and take some off rather than trying to muscle it up.
All right, all right. I like the strategy too. That's been the tried and true since day one, or has that changed?
That's been my go-to since day one because you never know if you're gonna hit it hard enough, and I'd rather like it honestly depends on what's behind the hole. If there's like a problem area right behind the hole, then I might just try and muscle it up if there's no like hazard right over top.
When we're doing practice rounds, what kind of role do you try to play for the team?
Practice rounds as in like just like practice like with the
Yeah.
team.
Yep.
I definitely take like a leadership role as in like I try and be like an example for the team, maybe help them along. If I see something that I know that they could tweak, I'll let them know so that they know what to practice for the future.
How do you tailor a practice when you only got like 45 minutes? How do you try to make the most production out of those 45 minutes?
I look at what happened at our most previous match and see like what people were struggling with, whether it was putting, irons, and maybe have them work like drill wise on like those specific areas.
I always like golfers that are able to like really read the greens well. What's kind of your process for reading a green and speed on unfamiliar greens?
So definitely a lot of practice on the putting green in the beginning of the match when you're warming up to try and get a feel for the green. But every green on a course could be a little bit different speed wise. But when I'm reading the green, I like to look at it from behind and then from the sides to really see, and even from like behind the hole on the opposite side of where your ball landed.
Who has served on this team too when you were younger as kind of like a role model for the leader you ended up becoming for them this year?
I think Avery Venzel was my biggest leader when she was like, because I met her when I was a freshman. She was a sophomore. She was 1 grade above me. And she was just always like helping out and just like she was more of like set an example leader than as much as a vocal leader. But it helped me a lot learn. Like I learned so much from her.
When you look at the schedule, what's one course on it that you feel like suits you and you could say like this is my course, this is my time to shine?
I'd say Erie Shores, only because like from the first time we played there up to like most recent time, I've always played good there. Because that was the first time I ever shot in the 70s was there,
Okay.
and it was
And
just
what do you think it is about it that suits you the best? Do you think it's just the comfortability of being there so much, or do you think what do you think it is that makes it such a strong course for you?
I think that I'm like definitely very comfortable there. I don't know why, because even the first time we played there, I did very well. It's just like a comfortable course. It kind of reminds me of a course that I had back home before I moved out here, and it's just always been kind of like a comfortable area. It's not super difficult, but it's a fun course to play on.
All right, so you're amped up to shoot under par on a course. What's the club selection if you're amped up after that?
Club selection in what way?
Say like what's your go-to club, I guess, in like in those situations too, after getting a good drive now.
So if I have like a pretty far distance, like I'm looking like 200 yards to the pin after a drive, I'm leaning towards my four hybrid every time. It's like my comfort club. I hit it good almost every time, and it's just like I'm super comfortable with that club.
When you're playing with partners, how do you kind of keep the round flowing and the communication going between you and the group?
I definitely, if I see we're starting to fall behind from the group in front of us, I'm like, all right, guys, like a little less like talking, get to your shot, hit it, play more of like a ready golf rather than like standing there and watching everybody else and then hitting.
If you were to teach one younger golfer a skill this week, what would you want that skill to be?
Weight shifting in your swing. That's like a big thing that not a lot of people do that can completely change your game.
What's a drill or a go-to thing that you do to help with your weight shifting in a swing?
When I first started, if you take like honestly like a plank almost and put it try to like balance like put something under it like a roller almost and try and like balance on it and then like practice like going from one side to the other like in your swing, you can like it really helps you like show you more physically like, how you need to shift your weight.
Okay. And let's go the other way now. What's a habit you wish you had started when you were younger in golf?
Taking my time, less rushing, really like reading the green, taking my time on my putts because putting can determine your entire score.
It's funny too because there's not really like a time limit when you're on that course, but it's you can rush yourself to and you can make yourself feel like there is sometimes. What do you think is like an underrated mental skill that you need to have in high school golf?
Being able to kind of like drown everything out and just like stay in your own like kind of like your own little world, like kind of like having like a happy place that you can just like go to like calm down, take a deep breath, and just like lock back in.
Okay, okay. Bef- well, I had to ask this too to Annie. What's the go-to brand for clubs? What's the brand selection?
I always use Callaway. I've always used Callaway. Once I started using women's clubs, I switched to Callaway, and I like them so much.
If you were to kind of rank your top 3 favorite clubs in your set, what would they be? In no particular order. You don't have to give the baby number 1, but if you were to select like 3 clubs.
My 6-iron, my 4 hybrid, and my driver are my top 3 clubs.
You mentioned that 4 hybrid a lot too. You really like that club.
Yeah.
What about ball? What's the ball preference?
I actually use Vice, the pros, and they've worked really well for me. I used to use the Pro V1s, and they weren't honestly my favorite. I think they're a bit overhyped. Don't tell Annie I said that.
I know Annie's a big fan of them too. She's all about the Pro V1s too. But
Yeah.
yeah, different strokes, different folks, I guess, right? We did this with Annie. I have to do it with all of you girls too. We're going to be doing a little bit of a round of rapid fire questions. So you ready?
Yep.
Okay. If it's a par 3, we teeing it low or we going standard height?
Standard height.
Okay. What's the favorite iron number?
Iron number?
Yeah. Out of your irons, what's the favorite?
6.
Okay. Windy day, knockdown or normal?
Knockdown.
What's the best pump up song for a pre-tee?
Oh, this is hard. I listen to like my like Deftones music to kind of get me like in the zone.
Okay. Deftones is a popular one. I've heard that from a lot of different athletes too. For you, putter, blade or mallet?
Blade.
Okay. In a practice game, are we going up and down or are we doing a putting ladder?
Up and down.
For breakfast, breakfast before playing, yes or never?
Never.
No, we can't go
Never.
under the that's just a standard no go. What's the preferred yardage for like a par 5 for you?
Like honestly, probably around like 500 yards.
Okay. You like the long ones. You like long courses. Okay.
I do.
What's your preferred? Do you go hat, visor, bucket cap, or do we go straight just ponytail?
I almost never wear a hat.
So we just go, we brace the sun however we need. No, no
Yep.
extra shade. What's your dream course to play on?
Augusta. Oh my gosh.
I feel like that's a lot of people's favorite too.
Yeah.
And before we let you go too, we gotta talk a little bit about future plans real quick too, because it is senior year. What are the future plans? Do we have any thoughts for after the cap's thrown in the air?
So I plan to go to college, go to undergrad. I haven't decided where yet. Probably I'll play competitively in college, and I want to get my pre-med degree, and then I want to go to med school and become a surgeon.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What is what is it about, I guess, med school that kind of drew you to that?
I've always liked helping people, like even currently, like I got my CNA license.
Wow.
Yeah, so like I've always liked helping people out. It's just been like a dream of mine for a long time. Like I've wanted to be a surgeon since I was in like 2nd grade.
So when you're trying to narrow down these schools, what are the preferences and the priorities you're looking for in a school?
I want a small school, and if I decide to play golf in college, I want it to be more competitive a little bit, like less like kind of laid back. Um, I don't want to go to big school like at all. I want to have one-on-one time with like my professors and like all that. And I need the education to be very good, especially because I want to go to med school.
No doubt. You want something a little bit more top notch with that. Well, Zoe, before we let you go, it's been great talking with you. Great and learning a little bit about yourself too, and a little bit about your preferences on the course. We wish you the best of luck this year. But before I let you go, I got to give you the spotlight so you could shine it on anybody that you choose fit right now. Shout out some people, give them some love that have helped you out along the way.
Both my parents have helped me massively on like following my dreams and like supporting me throughout the whole way. And even some of my friends, like Bella, who you'll talk to in a little bit, she's been a huge support since she joined the team last year. And just like my family and friends are just my hugest support system, and like I couldn't be here where I am without them.
Well, we here at YSN are also big supporters of you, Zoe. We wish you the best of luck out there again on the course this season, and within due time, we'll talk to you again real soon.
Thank you so much.